Good morning children. So in continuation to previous video, we are here discussing the abiotic factor which affects the living organism. So now the topic has changed, that response to the abiotic factor. That means how do living organism responds to various abiotic factor. So now the question is this, that sometime what happens that these abiotic condition may also get changed drastically with time. Then if the condition is changed, because in a particular condition or particular environmental condition the organism get adopted, but if the condition or environmental condition has got changed drastically, then how do organism will manage, or how do the organism will cope up with that habitat or in that stressful condition. But the question, one more question arise, that why do organism actually bother to the change environmental condition? Why do they bother to the change environmental condition? So answer is this, that actually what happens, that some of the organism, that means on the basis of the internal condition, the organism can be categorized as that some of the organism, those are homeothermous, they actually keep their internal body temperature constant. And not only internal body temperature constant, rather they keep, some of the organism keep their osmotic concentration also constant. So here a very particular line is written, that relatively constant internal within the body, that many species have evolved a relatively constant internal, that is the within the body environment, that permits all biochemical reaction and physiological function to proceed with maximum efficiency and thus enhance the overall fitness of the species. This is a very important, these are lines are there, that during the course of evolution some of the species has developed constancy. This word is very important. They have developed constancy in their internal environment, that means in their within their body, so that their physiological processes and their efficiency increases and their body functions are performed with maximum efficiency, and it increases ultimately their overall fitness of that particular species. So constancy of what? Constancy of osmotic concentration and constancy of the temperature. Okay, so ideally the organism should try to maintain the constancy of its internal environment, and this once the constancy in the internal environment is maintained, this capacity of organism is called as what? Homeostasis, that they are able to maintain the homeostasis in their body. That means despite of change in the external environmental condition, the organism is able to maintain the constant temperature and constant osmotic concentration. What does it mean? It means that if the external temperature has increased to 40 degrees centigrade, but if organism is able to maintain its body temperature to a particular temperature like 25 degrees centigrade or 20 degrees centigrade, that means it is able to maintain the homeostasis in the body. Similarly, osmolarity means what? Suppose the aquatic organism are there, and if the freshwater fishes are being kept in the ocean water, but they are able to maintain their osmotic concentration in the ocean water, and if the fishes of the ocean water are kept in the fresh water, and even then they are able to maintain their osmotic concentration in the changed environmental condition also, so that is called as constancy. Here they have given one example. Suppose a person who is able to perform its maximum work or its efficiency is maximum at 25 degrees centigrade, so that a person can keep its body temperature or keep the condition at of the external, not of the body temperature, externally. This is the point of external environment, that it can perform maximum function when the external temperature is 25 degrees centigrade. So this external temperature can be maintained by a person in the summer season by using AC, or by AC while driving the car, or air condition in the summer in the room also. Okay, but in winter season, that same person can use the heater to increase the temperature of the room or of the car and keep the temperature as 25 degrees centigrade of the external environment because his efficiency is maximum at this temperature. But this type of maintaining the temperature of the external environment is the artificial one. This is not been done naturally, rather it is been done artificially. Artificial means are there by which we can maintain the temperature of the external environment, but one should have the, if some organism is having the adaptation or the able to keep the body temperature and osmolarity constant by physiological means, then this is called as physiological adaptation. But this, the example is of artificial means the temperature is being kept constant. Now the question is that how do organism cope up with the change environmental condition? If the conditions are changed and not able to maintain the body temperature or the osmolarity, then how do the organism regulate itself? Okay, so on the basis of this, the organism are two type. These are called as regulator and these are called as conifers. So regulator can keep their body temperature constant in spite of change the environmental condition, but their body temperature, their osmotic concentration will not change, rather they will maintain homeostasis by physiological means and by behavioral means also, and they will keep their body temperature constant and osmotic concentration constant, so that they are called as thermoregulator or osmoregulator. These are regulator if they are keeping their temperature constant, thermoregulator if they are keeping their osmotic concentration constant, then they are osmoregulator. And here the example of thermoregulator is given. These are the birds and mammal. But in the higher animal, you know, the birds and mammals are warm blooded, so they are thermoregulator, homeothermos are there. But the lower forms of life, in very few lower forms of life, the thermoregulation and osmoregulation capacity is there. Okay, so what is next about that why the human being can adopt themselves or can survive in at Antarctica also and at Sahara desert also, that means in two extreme condition where the extreme cold is there and where the extreme hot is there, but the human being can survive in both the extreme condition because they have the capacity to keep their body temperature constant, and they are what? They are thermoregulator. So this is one of the example. Now here they have given in the second paragraph that most of the mammals are actually thermoregulator, and that's why the survival chances of the mammal is more. Okay, and we can here see that one of the example that in summer also and in winter also the body temperature of human body is 37 degrees centigrade. But how do in the summer one can keep the body temperature at 37 degree? How can the homeostasis can be maintained physiologically? By sweating profusely. Once the person sweats profusely, then the sweat will get evaporated and it will absorb the heat of the body for evaporation, so that body will feel cool, and this act is just like a desert cooler only, by which the when the water gets evaporated, then it use the heat of the room, and so that of the external environment, and so that the cool air is being provided. So this evaporation and sweating and then evaporation and using the body heat and cooling, this is a physiological adaptation to keep the body temperature constant in summer season. But what happens in winter season? In winter season also one can keep the body temperature constant, because in winter season the external environment temperature is very low. The body start losing the temperature because body temperature is 37 degrees centigrade, which becomes higher than the external temperature in winter season. So body starts losing the heat and person starts feeling cold, or it starts shivering, or once the shivering is one of the adaptation in human being. Once the person starts shivering, so it is just like a exercise only, and once the person starts shivering, so body start producing the heat inside the body, and body temperature raises, and that way one can raise the body temperature in extreme cold condition also. So this is also one of the method of homeostasis. So that way these are the some example of thermal regulation, especially in case of human being in summer and winter, and that way the regulators can adopt themselves and can keep their body temperature and osmolarity constant in spite of change of external osmolarity and change of external temperature. Thank you, and in next video we will be discussing the converse.